Every single day when you wake up, you are faced with two choices: to live small or to live big, to play safe or to chase a dream that feels impossible. And let's be honest, most people settle. They wake up, hit the snooze button, and walk into the day already defeated. But that's not you. You are here because deep down you know there's something more inside of you, something waiting to be unleashed. Dreaming big is not about fantasy. It's not about wishing. It's about stretching your vision so wide that it forces you to grow into the person capable of making it real. A dream isn't meant to sit on a shelf. It's meant to ignite your energy, fuel your action, and pull you out of bed in the morning with fire in your heart. But here's the truth: dreaming big alone won't transform your life. What transforms you is feeding that dream every single day. That's why you must create rituals, daily reminders, and constant emotional fuel. Imagine waking up every morning and reminding yourself who you truly are, what you're capable of, and what's at stake if you don't rise. That's not motivation, it's survival for your destiny. You see, your mind is like a garden. If you don't water it with bold, powerful visions, weeds of doubt will grow, fear will creep in, limiting beliefs will choke the life out of your potential. But if you wake up and deliberately focus on your dream, speak it, visualize it, feel it, then you start living from possibility instead of limitation. Big dreams require energy, and energy comes from emotion. That's why it's not enough to just think about your dream. You have to feel it in your body, breathe it into your spirit, and make it real before it ever shows up in the physical world. Every morning, you have the power to step into the version of you that already owns that dream. And the more you do that, the faster your external reality will align. And let me tell you something, your dream is not just for you. When you dream big and live fully, you give permission for others to do the same. You become the spark that lights a fire in the people around you. That's how transformation spreads, not by talking about change, but by being living proof of what's possible. So, as you wake up tomorrow, don't just stumble into your day. Stand tall, speak life into your dream, watch, listen, feed your soul with messages that remind you of your greatness. Do it every morning and your mind will shift, your actions will shift, and your life, your entire life will transform. When you look at your life right now, ask yourself honestly, are you living a dream or are you living a compromise? Too many people shrink their vision to match their current circumstances. They lower their expectations because they're afraid of disappointment. But here's the truth: you will never rise higher than the size of your vision. If your dream is small, your actions will be small, your results will be small, and your life will remain confined to the box you built for yourself. Dreaming big isn't about fantasy. It's about stretching your imagination until it feels almost uncomfortable. That discomfort is the sign you're pushing against your limits. When your dream scares you, excites you, and makes your stomach flip, that's when you know you're on the right track, because that feeling means you're stepping outside the prison of what is, and stepping into the playground of what could be. The danger of playing small is that it tricks you into thinking you're being safe. But safety is an illusion. There's nothing safe about living a life that doesn't light you up. There's nothing secure about settling for less than what you know you're capable of. Playing small is the slowest form of dying. Dreaming big is the fastest path to living. When you commit to a big dream, something inside you changes. You stop accepting mediocrity as your standard. You stop hanging around people who drain your energy. You stop making excuses for why you can't, because suddenly the dream becomes bigger than your fear. And when your dream is bigger than your fear, you unlock a new level of courage you didn't know you had. Big dreams demand big energy. They demand more of you than you've ever given before, and that's why they're so powerful. They pull you into growth. You don't get stronger by doing what's easy. You get stronger by chasing what feels impossible. Every obstacle becomes fuel. Every setback becomes training. Every doubt becomes an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are greater than your circumstances. People will look at you and tell you to be realistic, but realism is the language of the average. If you want to live an extraordinary life, you cannot think like the average. Every breakthrough in history came from someone who refused to accept reality as it was. They dreamed something bigger, something better, and they paid the price to make it real. When you dream small, you stay invisible. But when you dream big, you force the world to pay attention. You create ripples that extend beyond your own life. You start to inspire, to lead, to show people what's possible. That's the power of dreaming big. It's not just about you. It's about the legacy you leave, the people you touch, and the example you set. Think about it. What kind of life do you want to look back on? One where you played it safe, followed the rules, and blended into the crowd? Or one where you stretched yourself to the max, burned with passion, and left behind a story worth telling? Nobody remembers the person who played it small, but history is filled with those who dared to dream big. Your dream is a test. It's a mirror that reflects who you are willing to become. When you choose a small dream, you're choosing to stay the same. When you choose a big dream, you're choosing to transform. It's not about the dream itself. It's about who you grow into on the way to making it real. That's why even if you never fully reach it, the journey changes you forever. Big dreams are not reserved for the few. They're not reserved for the gifted or the lucky. They're reserved for the committed, the person who refuses to give up, who refuses to shrink, who refuses to let fear dictate their future. That's the person who makes big dreams happen. So today, you have to decide, will you continue to live inside the walls of limitation, or will you dare to step outside? Will you allow your circumstances to define your future, or will you create a future that redefines your circumstances? That's the choice in front of you right now. Dream big or stay small. There is no in between. And when you choose to dream big, you'll notice something miraculous. Resources begin to appear. People show up. Doors open. Opportunities find you. It feels like the universe itself bends to support you because you finally align with the greatness you were designed for. But it all starts with that decision. That moment when you say, no more, I refuse to settle, I refuse to shrink, I will live the life I was created for. And the second that commitment is real in your heart, you step into a new world. A world where dreaming big isn't optional. It's the only way forward every single morning. The moment you open your eyes, you are given a chance to shape your destiny. That first hour of your day is sacred. It's the launch pad of your mindset, the foundation of your energy, the spark that sets the tone for everything that follows. Most people squander it. They grab their phone, drown in notifications, scroll through noise, and wonder why they feel drained before they even start. But the few who rise with intention, the few who design their mornings to fuel their mind, are the ones who command their days instead of being consumed by them. Your mind is not a machine that runs endlessly without maintenance. It's a garden. If you don't tend it, weeds will take over. Those weeds are doubt, fear, worry, and negativity. And if you let them grow unchecked, they'll choke out every seed of possibility. But if you wake up each morning and deliberately feed your mind with empowering thoughts, bold visions, and energizing rituals, then you turn your mental soil into fertile ground for growth. That's why rituals matter. That's why the messages you consume, the words you speak, and the emotions you choose to feel in the morning matter. Because the moment you wake up, your mind is most impressionable. It's like clay, soft and ready to be molded. If you fill it with garbage, it hardens into limitation. If you fill it with greatness, it hardens into strength. Fueling your mind every morning isn't about hype. It's about alignment. It's about reconnecting to your dream, your vision, your purpose. So you walk into the world already anchored in certainty. Because if you don't set your state, the world will set it for you. And the world will pull you into fear, distraction, and mediocrity if you let it. Think about athletes before a game. They don't just stroll onto the field cold. They prime their body, they warm up, they stretch, they visualize winning. Why? Because they know performance is not an accident. It's created. The same is true for your life. If you want to win your day, you have to prime your mind the way an athlete primes their body. You have to visualize your dream, speak it out loud, feel it in your bones, and step into the day as if success is inevitable. Some people say they don't have time for this, but here's the truth. You don't have time not to. If your dream matters, if your future matters, then there is nothing more urgent than preparing your mind to conquer the day. 10 minutes of intentional focus in the morning can save you from hours of wasted distraction later. It doesn't have to be complicated. Start with what feeds your soul. Read words that lift you. Listen to voices that challenge you. Watch something that inspires you. Speak affirmations that shake you awake. Move your body, because energy in the body creates clarity in the mind. And as you do these things, see yourself living the life you're building. Not one day in the future right now. The secret is repetition. One morning of fuel won't transform your life, but every morning, stacked on top of each other, compounds into unstoppable momentum. Just like brushing your teeth protects your health, brushing your mind daily protects your dream. You don't wait until you're broken to take care of yourself. You build the habit of maintenance so you never crumble under pressure. And here's the beauty of it. Once you start fueling your mind consistently, it becomes addictive. You start to crave that energy, that clarity, that certainty. You start to realize how powerful you feel when you enter the day already aligned. And soon, the idea of stumbling into your morning without it feels unthinkable, like walking into a storm without a coat. When you feed your mind first, problems stop feeling like walls. They start looking like puzzles. Challenges stop draining you and start training you. That's the shift that happens when you're mentally fueled. You don't just react to life, you direct it. You don't just survive the day, you shape it. The world is full of noise, and every day it's trying to invade your mental space. But when you've already filled your mind with vision and power, the noise bounces off you. You become unshakable, you become untouchable, you become a person who doesn't just live the day but creates the day. Fueling your mind every morning is not a luxury. It's a necessity. It's the difference between drifting aimlessly and driving purposefully. It's the difference between being consumed by the world and commanding the world around you. And the best part is, the power to do it is already in your hands. It starts tomorrow morning. It starts the moment you decide that your dream is worth the discipline of fueling it daily. When you dream big and decide to chase it with everything inside you, something incredible happens. It stops being just about you. Your dream becomes bigger than your personal gain. It becomes a light in a world full of shadows. People may not tell you, but they are watching. They're watching how you live, how you rise, how you fight through challenges, and how you refuse to give up. And when they see that, it awakens something inside them. Your courage becomes the permission slip they needed to chase their own dreams. Think about it. Every person you admire, every person who inspires you is not perfect. They're not flawless. They're simply someone who dared to go after what they wanted, no matter how many times they fell. And because they did, they left a trail for others to follow. That's the ripple effect of courage. That's the ripple effect of a big dream lived out loud. Too many people walk around believing their life doesn't matter. They convince themselves that their actions are insignificant, but nothing could be further from the truth. Every choice you make either lifts people or lowers them. Every action you take is either an example of possibility or a warning of limitation. And when you chase your dream boldly, you give people hope that they can too. Your dream has the power to heal someone else's doubt. It has the power to silence someone else's fear. It has the power to inspire someone else to finally take the step they've been avoiding for years. You don't even have to know their name. They may never tell you. But when they see you rise, they rise a little too. That's the unseen magic of living fully. It multiplies without you even realizing it. Maybe you've noticed this in your own life. You've watched someone achieve something and thought, if they can do it, maybe I can too. That's the spark, that's the transfer of belief, and whether you know it or not, you are that spark for someone else right now. Every time you push a little harder, every time you refuse to settle, every time you pick yourself back up, you're teaching others by example that greatness is possible. This is why your dream cannot stay hidden. It cannot remain locked inside your imagination, because when you keep it to yourself, you rob others of the fire it could ignite in their hearts. Your dream isn't selfish, it's service. Living small helps no one. Playing safe inspires no one, but living boldly lights a path for everyone. And here's the truth. People need your dream. The world needs your courage. Right now, someone is praying for proof that life can be more. And you might be the answer to that prayer, not by preaching, not by lecturing, but by living as an example. When you embody your dream, you become the evidence that transformation is possible. This is why giving up is not an option. Because when you quit on your dream, you don't just rob yourself. You rob everyone who could have been touched by your journey. You rob the people who needed to see your persistence. You rob the people who needed to feel your fire. Your dream is not just about your fulfillment. It's about your responsibility to those around you. But think of the other side. Imagine what happens when you go all in. Imagine the ripple effect of your courage spreading across your family, your community, your circle, maybe even the world. Imagine your children, your friends, your colleagues watching you rise and saying, "If they can do it, I will too." That's how transformation multiplies. One bold choice becomes a movement. One dream lived fully becomes a legacy. Legacy isn't built by words, it's built by example. Long after you're gone, people won't remember what you said. They'll remember how you lived. They'll remember the fire in your eyes, the boldness of your actions, and the size of your dream. And when they do, your life will continue to inspire generations you may never meet. So when the journey gets hard, and it will remind yourself that this is bigger than you. Your resilience is teaching resilience. Your courage is planting seeds of courage. Your transformation is sparking transformation. You are the proof. You are the evidence. You are the reminder that life can be more. Never underestimate the silent influence of your dream. Even in your darkest moments, when you feel like no one sees your effort, someone is watching. Even when you feel invisible, someone is being lifted by your fight. And even when you doubt yourself, someone else is finding strength in your persistence. Your dream is contagious. Your energy is contagious. Your fire is contagious. This is why you must keep going, not just for you, but for the lives your courage will touch. Not just for the dream, but for the destiny that dream unlocks in others. Because when you dare to live fully, you light the way for countless others to do the same. And when you light that fire, you don't just transform your own life. You become the spark that transforms the world.